Welcome to another series of Global Hack Week. And this week's theme is Cloud Week. So I know we're in the third day, I think, and there's been a lot of cool streams going on. Recently, we had UT just a couple minutes ago with building your Chrome extension. I think that was a really cool stream, and I've seen many hackers ask about Chrome extensions. I don't know why. Why are they becoming so popular? Still, it's a very nice stream. I think UT always likes to do, kind of like long series of streams, and I honestly admire that because you get to build like a super solid project in the like different five parts that he does, which is pretty cool. Great. Oh, that's very nice. This will be a really cool stream. I'm very happy to have a lot of excited people over here. And I know yesterday we saw a little bit about the hard work part, but today we're starting with a different track. We're starting with building an AI SaaS startup kind of style. So I know we kind of have seen like these AI agents that have been going around in different startups where people like build their own startup and it's related to AI, and of course it's a SaaS. So during this stream, we will be basically learning how to build our own kind of like mini AI agent, and it will be voice and phone call related. So it will be really cool. I hope that by the end of the stream, we can manage to call our AI agent like from the phone and get a response from them, which will be super awesome. Great. So let's get started. I'm going to start presenting a set of slides. I promise this ones will be kind of like short, as we already got the intro to cloud computing and we already kind of have like a nice idea of what SaaS is. In case you don't, I will also be explaining this super briefly. But first things first, I sent on the chat the check-in link, so don't forget to check into the event in order to get your points for the weekend. So make sure not to forget that. As an introduction, my name is Jocelyn. I'm a coach here at Major League Hacking and also a previous MLH fellow. I love salsa dancing and Minecraft bee plushies, which I have a collection in my room. It's very cool. It looks super yellow, a lot of yellow plushies. You can ask me about mechanical keyboards, robotics, or neurotech. I will always like to have a conversation about that. And I'm also a GitHub campus expert. So if you have questions about the program, you can also let me know as well, which basically means that I'm a huge fan of the AutoCAD because it's very nice. We have a question here. Sorry to go a bit off topic, Jocelyn. I wanted to connect with you. Where can I send you a message? I'm also a student and quite interested in the fellowship, really inspired by you. You can ping me on Discord. I sent an announcement on the Global Hack Week announcements chat, and you can DM me there directly if you have questions. Hello. Hey, how do we get swag? Oh, that's a nice question. So you need to register to Global Hack Week. And then after that, you need to click on the link that I sent on the chat and click on register and check in. And that will make you eligible for swag. Do we have to code with you on the stream? For this first stream, yes, we will do some Python code at the end, but most of it will be kind of like configuring the platform that we will be using, and then using Python requests a library to make an API call to the tool that we're going to be using to set up. Yes, no worries. Let me know any questions that you might have in there as well. Great. So let's get started. What are we going to do today? So we have some pretty cool things planned out. I'm going to explain how those SaaS work. It is related to cloud computing, so we will learn about that really shortly and in a very fun way. Then we're going to have an intro to AI and basic components. So just so we all have heard what AI is, and we know like some of the tools that are out there. Still, I'm going to give you a brief introduction into AI agents so we just know the basics. And then after that, we're going to build our first AI agent via voice. So it will be a voice AI agent. It's not going to be a chatbot. And at the end of the stream, my goal is that you will be able to call your AI assistant through the phone and get some metrics. So this metrics is like, for example, the transcription, like the feeling of the person when you called, like a summary, if the call was positive or negative, kind of like those metrics. And I'm going to introduce you to some really nice tools that you can use in order to do this as well. Great. So, introduction to SaaS. SaaS meaning is software as a service. So, this is basically a delivery model from the cloud, and it involves customers or users to pay for any software. It can be like literally any product that you build, and you're going to charge them for the time of usage or how many times like you use your product, and that is what they're going to be winning. So you can see it as an example. For example, if you want to use the OpenAI's API, you need to pay like for the tokens that you use. And in that way, OpenAI is a SaaS. Why? Because they're making money on how much time you use their service. I don't know if it's kind of like clear. Still, we will see some more examples as well. Can you please share the slides here? Yes, of course, I will share them. Please remind me in about, I think like 30 minutes when we are like halfway the presentation. There's nothing for you to, there's not any link on the presentation, so I can share with you once I finish explaining the slides. But please remind me, and I will of course share it with you. Yes, that's also true. I mean, honestly, one of my favorite topics is LLMs and everything related to LLMs. Honestly, like vector databases, embeddings, all of the relationships in between recommendation systems. And for me, my favorite week was AI and ML in Global Hack Week, and we built an AI chatbot, but it was kind of like a glorified AI chatbot because I taught hackers about some cool things that you can do with RAG and recommendation systems. So it was nice. I always try to make it a little bit different when it's related to AI because why not? Why not make something different? That's true. Great. So some key concepts that we must understand about what a SaaS is that first of all, it is related to cloud computing. So yes, it is inside the theme of this Global Hack Week. So a SaaS is related to cloud computing. Why? Because you can access via the internet. So you can enter to your web browser and you can access the service that you want. That's why it's called software as a service. You can access the software on a subscription basis, so you need to pay to access the service. I mean, there's still some platforms that allow you to have kind of like free trials, which are the ones that we will be using today. But then if you want to have a more cool implementation of your AI agent, then you need to pay a little bit extra. Can you please share the slides and do we code with you? I mean the challenges, please let me know. Appreciate it. Yes, I will. You can tell after the presentation. No worries. I will share the slides. And I mean in the slides there is no code. So the code we will be doing that live. And yes, we can check the challenges that you can apply to as well. Actually let's check that right now. So we have here the schedule, and let's go to challenges, and let's see which cool challenges you can apply during this stream. Let's see, create a Chrome extension, AI powered chatbot, um, streamline GitHub, Figma, end to LLM challenge. Complete an introductory quick start from workshop. I think these ones are like all from partners. You can either apply to the one that's called, I think there was one related to API. Where is it? You can try this one or this one's as well. Yes, to deploy a simple REST API, because we're going to be building an API as well. So you can use that one as well. Great. Going back to the slides, we were seeing about some key concepts about SaaS applications, and some of the drawbacks, which are basically kind of like the negative things, is that they can include data security compromise. It can also be not so fast, and you lack of control because you cannot control everything that's on your system as you are buying it from someone else. Yes, and to understand what's going on, like kind of like on the behind scenes, um, everything related to SaaS and this specific model of cloud computing came with the rise of cloud storage and everything related to the cloud. And it basically includes that you have access to data storage, networking, and servers. So it has a lot to do with hardware. Why? Because you are accessing basically a remote server like that it's on the cloud. And ways that you can access a SaaS is that the user have to log in through a web browser or the internet to connect to the services that the company provides. So it's kind of like it's kind of having like a service that you can only access through the internet. It's not like, for example, if you were to download like an application like from the web and you start using it like in your local computer, then that would most probably not be a SaaS, or at least not directly. Great. Very happy that you that you are liking the live. Thank you. Yes, hello, hello. A lot of hellos over here. Great. So as for now, we already know what a SaaS is. We already know some of the key concepts that are behind SaaS. And now we want to see the advantages on why a SaaS product or a SaaS company is kind of like well, I wouldn't say like it's always successful, because there's some startups that don't make it there in the first try, but I'm pretty sure that still they're doing something great for the community. So some of the advantages of building your SaaS is that there is less demand for you or your startup or the company to invest in new hardware. Why? Because the provider of the SaaS will basically be taking in all of the charges for the hardware that you need. And by hardware, I basically mean the large servers that are running like 24/7 that you need to keep running and they consume energy. So you don't have to worry about buying that type of software because if you of hardware, because if you purchase that service from the SaaS, then they will be doing that job for you, and then you just have to chill down and just build whatever awesome project you want without worrying about the hardware part. It's also very easy to implement, debug, and update because it is on the cloud and they have like their own platform. You can easily enter their platform and make the updates that you want and deploy those updates super easily. No need to worry about complex integrations with the hardware part. It has numerous applications, not only in technology. You can also use it like on healthcare or in education. You can basically build a SaaS out of whatever thing that you want, as long as it is an internet service and as long as you can charge by the time of usage. Then that will be a um that will be a SaaS. Because if we remember, SaaS is basically software as a service, so you are providing the user with a service. That's what basically it means. Do you use Replit or anything like that? I have used Replit before, yes, for Python, but for this stream, we can use I will be using Visual Studio Code, but you can feel free and use Replit as well. It should work fine. It's just a simple Python script. You will see in a few moments as well. Great. So, and a final advantage of a SaaS is that their business model is very intuitive and it works well, at least on enterprise level services, because you exactly know what you're going to charge for. So, for example, talking about and going back to the example of OpenAI, and OpenAI is a SaaS. Why? Because they offer services such as, like, for example, the chatbot, they have DALI, they have Whisper, they have different models, and they can charge time per usage of their models, and their business model works well. Why? Because a lot of people use it, and they use it not for time but for the tokens that they are inputting into their models. So it's very easy to organize a business model, at least SaaS related to. Oh, has someone seen this TV series, the Silicon Valley one, related to Pied Piper? I will be very interested if someone has seen this TV series. It's one of my favorites. It's very nice. Oh well, and then one of the disadvantages, or at least some of them, first, well, of course, we have data security and speed of delivery. I would say that as for data security, I would honestly, if I would personally be developing like a SaaS, I would trust more like an external provider with my data than myself, because I think it will be most probably that I fail building a cool hardware stuff, that it's correctly set up that's for cybersecurity levels, rather than a company that has been doing that like for years. And I mean, there's still some data lakes in some big companies recently. This still is not very common. I mean, they have their own protocols, and I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. But the second thing here is speed of delivery. Then that is important, because sometimes, depending on the service that you buy, it won't be fast enough. And if you have a lot of users coming into your platform, it's very likely that it will slow down depending on how many users you have and how many bandwidth you have on on the servers that you purchased from that company, and so on. And well, having a slow internet connection can also reduce performance. So, for example, if you are using ChatGPT but you don't have access to good internet, then it will not work correctly, and therefore it will reduce the performance of the service for you, and it won't be worthwhile to you to buy their service if you don't have like a good internet connection. So that's why, for at least for a SaaS, it's 100% super important that you have like internet connection, at least to access like all of the services that they provide. And the last one is that you basically lose control. Why? Because you lack of customization of the tool or the service that you are using. So, for example, for ChatGPT, you can only customize up to a certain point, and if you want to do more, I mean, you have to be like an experienced developer in order to use like their API and kind of like know how to customize it and explore it a little bit more, rather than just using like the regular services that they provide like on the chatbot interface. We have some another question here. What do you think about N8N? I have no idea what that is. Perhaps you provide us with an explanation, or I can search that as well. Before we dive into the next topic, Night A, and is it related to cloud? Oh, it isn't. Is it an AI? Is it an AI? Mm, let's see. Oh, yes, I have seen this. This one, this is like a super nice example of AI workflows. Yes, of course, yes, no code. That's also like a super positive thing. Yes, this is kind of like the AI implementation, but like for Zapier, that lets you like automate like different workflows. I like Zapier a lot, and this looks a lot like Zapier, but for AI. It's very nice. I would recommend it for developers that are just starting with AI. What is it? It is just what I am sharing on a screen. That is basically to build like your AI apps in like drag and dropping like code blocks that make like different automations. Like for example, if you want to integrate like OpenAI, then you just drag and drop the AI box and stuff like that. This is very nice. I remember when I started learning about AI. I mean, it wasn't like a long time ago. It was like 2023, I think, that I started learning about like LLMs when ChatGPT came out. And I remember I was working at a company, and they were also trying to get into kind of like the AI world, and they were trying to build something similar as the N8N thing. That is what I remember. And well, I just didn't wanted to build that for them, so I just dropped like the company because I was like, I'm not going to do like this super cool work for them. Like I don't want them to steal like my own work. So I just like dropped the company. And well, it was not very good still. It was way back then. Because ChatGPT started kind of like 2022 or 2023 when it came out, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, like this is like super cool!" And then all of the AI tools started coming, and now everything is just like AI related. Like all of the startups and all of the companies need to have like AI in order to for them to be like worth something. Like they're not going to take you serious if you don't do something that has either AI or machine learning in it, which I mean, it's kind of sad because all of the ideas are kind of like basically the same. It's still, what can I say? I mean, it is what it is. Yes. So after seeing some of the advantages and disadvantages of SaaS platforms, these are some of the examples, and I'm pretty sure you will all have used at least one of these. So for example, Netflix, they charge you like a monthly subscription in order for you to access like their movies on the internet. Then we also have Google Drive. We also have Gmail, PayPal, Prime Video, Dropbox, Facebook. I mean, there's many over there, and I'm pretty sure there's more. I mean, these are just kind of like the most common ones that we use in our daily basis. Of course, there are more specific ones that we will see in a while, and I will ask you to identify if that service is a SaaS or not, and you will have to tell me. I dropped out of an internship that expected me to build their flagship project plus infrastructure win one other intern. They didn't want to give me equity, so why would I stay? Yes, I mean it was basically my case. I mean I was not getting paid like very good that you would say. It was still one of my first internships, so I was like pretty newbie, and I just accepted like whatever they gave me because I just want experience. But when they told me to build that, I was just like, I mean, I can build it. I'm pretty confident that I can build it. But I just don't want to do that like for you. Of course, I didn't told them that. I just thought that to myself, like I mean, I can build that like for a hackathon project or like just for fun. But why would I build something that will make them like a lot of money if I'm not winning enough? So that's a really nice example, and I'm very glad that you also knew to identify those types of scenarios. It is what it is. Yes, same. Glad you know your word. Yes, and for you as well. That's also true. Never thought MLH would teach about SaaS. Do you think the SaaS market is saturated? Uh, Honestly, yes. At least for myself. I'm in a startup team with another friend and well, a group of people, right? And we are building kind of like a SaaS thing, and it's been hard. I mean, we have managed our way through, but just because we have another super strong part that it's related to environmental matters, and that's the only reason why I think we have received like funding, because we managed to mix like the SaaS part, the AI SaaS part, with the environmental change, with the environmental analytics things like from companies, and I think that's what make us worth. Otherwise I would say it would be like super hard to get in the market. So recommendation, try to build something different. I mean, it will still be an AI SaaS or a SaaS, but if you try to add it like something extra, like for as for my case, like the environmental thing, then I'm pretty sure you will be very likely to succeed, because you know people want to see, and investors want to see different things. So whatever different thing that you bring into the table, it will make them worth it. There is also a tool bubble for no code SaaS making. Yes, I mean there's plenty of tools that can make you build different cool workflows, and I'm pretty glad there's a lot of people who know about those as well. It's nice. I mean, yes, you can do all of the code by yourself, but sometimes like why? I mean, you can save some time like using these cool tools. Um, and some of them are for free, so why it is not worth the headache in there. But yes, wrapping up with the different examples of SaaS, now we will be moving to the AI part. So now that we all know what a SaaS is and some of the examples that we see on our daily basis, now we're going to move to the AI part. So over here, as this is not an AI stream, I will not dive super deeply into how it works internally, specifically the LLMs, which is the ones that we will be using. But just the basics, AI is kind of like a huge thing that covers everything. And then you have machine learning, which is basically related to pattern recognition. So if you want to identify like different things, then machine learning is your go-to. And then in the very innermost core of AI, it's LLMs. And this is just basically um large language models, which basically understand natural language. So it's not like understanding patterns or understanding numbers, it's just understanding natural language as humans would talk to each other, which is just text, written text, and talking to another person or another AI that can understand you. That's just what LLMs is. And you have to keep in mind that LLMs is a type of AI. So honestly, that's all you need to know for now. um After this, after learning about LLMs, there's also another important concept that came with the rise of AI, which is basically AI agents. So these are nothing more than kind of like tools or autonomous entities that work for themselves, and they use AI to perceive either their environment or the things that are going on around them in order to make decisions, perform actions, and achieve specific goals that you tell them to, or tasks that you tell them to do. And the goals are just basically that so that they can operate independently or interact with other agents and systems. So in case that you want to build your own AI agent, you have to specify the specific tasks and goals that they need to do in order for your workflow to work. And they will operate independently, and they don't require any kind of like human interference, just as for the configuration part. And then after that, they will just work for themselves, which is pretty cool. It's pretty nice. And then I placed this image that I'm not sure if some people have seen this ad. I mean, I don't live in the US, but I've seen different videos and news articles about this company called Artisan, which is basically a tech startup that was promoting this campaign that said stop hiring humans and rather hire an AI agent. And their whole business model is centered into building like individual AI agents that can do the same job and for less money than a human. And it was a very popular ad. I've seen a lot of videos about this, and I even read some news articles about this startup. And I think they're doing fair enough. I mean, they're doing good. And I think honestly, there are more companies that do this same work, but I think their ad campaign was very impactful, that it managed to get like all around the globe with these like images about stop hiring humans, and then like the logo in here of Artisan, which is it's very nice. I mean, they're doing just fine. And if you look at their page, I mean, it looks pretty cool. Artisan AI. Let's check it. Best your outbound sales Artisan, and then you can hire like the AI workers in there. I mean, I've never used this, but I saw that it was very successful. I mean, I don't even know if this is all of this is true. Like sometimes they boost a lot, like their marketing, and then it's not that cool. Oh, and this is kind of like their main AI Ava. It's kind of like their main thing. Yes, I mean the company just basically focuses on hiring. It's like for human resources, like the platform, so they can like hire different people. And instead of hiring people from human resources, you just hire like an AI that can do like that job for you, which is pretty cool. Mm, it's pretty cool. Great. So, I mean, if you've never seen you've never seen this online, I would really motivate you into go and research a little bit more about AI agents and what's going on in the world, or at least on the tech world, because there's a lot of things going on. And this was just like in December of 2025, so it's not very. I mean, it's kind of it's not very recent, but it's not very old, if you know what I mean. But yes, it's a very impactful ad campaign, and yes, so now going into some direct examples of AI SaaS startups, or well, not startups anymore. They're companies now, but they used to be startups. So first of all, we have a lot of those are related into how are they called? They're related into voice AI agents such as Bapi, DeepGram, HumAI, and VoiceFlow. And then we have some pure AI models such as DeepSeek and OpenAI, which are different different models for AI. And these are all SaaS applications. So now I will ask a question to the chat, and I would like at least some hackers to participate. So you can tell me one AI SaaS that you know or that you have used once in your lifetime, or very recently as well. And I will leave the chat open in case you want to share with me an AI SaaS that you know. And I hope I can learn something new from you as well. I mean, I always learn about different tools. So we have one here, Cloud. Yes, that's super true. Cloud is another, it's another AI model as well. Yes. I will leave the chat open as well. And I mean, I remember I started working with DeepGram, for example, to build like AI voice agents, but it was not very intuitive. Like their documentation was a little bit hard to. I mean, it was not hard to understand. The thing is that when I tried out like their easy examples, they just didn't work. Like some of those examples were not very. They were kind of like outdated. And then I moved on into Hume AI, and Hume actually worked good, and it was very impressive. I mean, their voice AI is very impressive and very real, but it was kind of expensive. So then I moved on to Bapi, which is the one that we are going to use today, and it's not very expensive. It's very cheap, and it also has a very nice customization framework that you can use. So this is the one that we will be using today. Stable diffusion. Oh, it's that what is that? Is that a company or perplexity? Yes, that's nice. I remember I used perplexity like a few years ago, and it was like it was still like under development. But then when I used it like a few weeks ago, I was very impressed. I was like, wow, like it really advanced like very intensely. DeepSeek open source for the win. Yes, that's also super true. Quen, yes, that's another model over there. Perplexity, Llama, Grok. Oh, I like Grok. Grok is very nice. Stable diffusion models are for text to image generation. It's from stability.ai. No, I never heard about stability.ai. Let me search that. Stability AI. Let's see. Perplexity, it's very solid now. It's my go-to for research. Yes, 100%. I mean, it gives you a lot of resources, and I don't know if I remember when I used it a while ago, like a year or two ago. It always gave me like really bad sources, but then when I used it like a few weeks ago, I think there was like a mode in order to just research like on research papers instead of um regular web pages like Wikipedia or like blog posts. But yes, stability AI, a model for generating professional grade images. It looks nice. It looks very nice. Great. We have another one here. I have used 11 Labs for voice generation. Oh yes, I forgot to add 11 Labs to this one. Yes, I also tried that one. It is not bad, but I think it's also kind of like costly. Still not very sure. Mid Journey, is that another AI? I have not heard of that one. But yes, these are just some of the examples. And as we are going to be building a voice agent, and that's why I placed some AI voice SaaS companies, so you can be a little bit more familiarized with the different options that are out there in the market. And some are cheaper than others, just for you to keep in mind before making the purchase on that. Great. So now we are in time to build our own AI SaaS. And the things that we are going to be doing next for the second hour of our stream is that we will start building our first AI agent using Vapi and Twilio. And I'm pretty sure some of the developers have already used Twilio before, which is basically just a platform for SMS and phone calling services. It's very easy to get started. And then we will get some transcription metrics and call scoring. We will see this like on the Bapi platform, and if we have time, we will integrate it with a Python script. Great. So the first thing that we need to understand about Bapi is that Bapi is basically for voice AI agents, and their model is very, very straightforward to understand. I mean, it basically includes a transcriber, which is basically speech to text. Then there's an LLM integrated. It can be the model of your choosing, and then we have the text to speech again, which is kind of like that thing that generates the voice to you. That's Bapi. Then we have Twilio, and Twilio is a platform for telephoning model services to receive both inbound and outbound calls. And you can also use it for SMS or AI agents. They have a lot of AI tools as well. I wouldn't recommend them as they are a bit expensive. And I'm pretty sure you can do the same job with a cheaper service as well. But we will look into them as well. Awesome. So let's get started with this. The first thing that we are going to do is go ahead and create a developer account in Bapi. So let me go ahead and enter this, and let me share this link with you on the chat. So Bapi, it's basically voice AI agent for developers, and you can do a lot of things in here. They have a lot of use cases. I mean, you can either use it like for selling things, for customer information, for human resources. There's a lot of things that you can do in here, and I love their UI. It's very nice. It's very nice. And this is super true. You can integrate with a lot of applications, and it's very fast and easy to do. It's very nice. Great. So let's go ahead and create an account. For my case, let's click on Open Dashboard. For me, it's already logged in. But for your case, you should be creating a free account. Let me see if I can find the login part. Bapi, oh, there it is. Sign up. So just click on the sign up part. I'm going to give a few minutes for you to create your Bapi accounts. And please let me know. You know what? I'm going to create another account. Let me copy this and open it in a new fire window, because I want to see the first thing that it asked me to do, just so I can remember. It's taking a while to load. There it is. Can we watch the stream later and do the code and then get points for it? To get the points, you can do different things. So by checking in into the live stream with the link that I sent earlier, you are earning points with that. And if you submit projects into the dev post, then you will also be making points. It doesn't matter if you do it during the live stream or on your own time. As long as you do it before the weekend ends, like the Global Hack Week dates, then you should be fine. Great. So please let me know when you have created your free BAPI accounts. Let me use another email address. Not sure if I should use that. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's very similar. So once you log in, you should be seeing something like this. Exactly the same thing because I just created the account now. So please let me know when you create your free account. A thumbs up or I'm ready would work. Just so I know when to continue. How can we submit projects? Yes, I will share with you the link. I actually had it over here. Global Hack Week schedule. And then here is the challenges. These are the challenges that you need to do. Great. So we have ready, done. Okay, we have two hackers saying that they're ready. One more, and we are good to go. We need one more ready to continue. Great. We have another ready, so we can continue now. Okay, so I will make my dashboard a little bit bigger so everyone can see. Great. We have another ready over there. Awesome. Great. So for BAPI, of course, we can go ahead and seeing the documentation first, which is what we're going to do, and then we're going to get started by building our first AI assistant. It's building AI/ML projects all about using LLM APIs, generally asking. Honestly, for ML, no. I would say definitely no. For AI projects, if you want to have something kind of robust and complete, yes, you need a small part, a very good understanding of how LLMs work. I mean, not just like using like ChatGPT's API. I mean, I don't mean that. It's more of like knowing how to use RAG, how to use the vector embeddings, how to use the vector databases, how to find relations into your data, and then also about image recognition things and classification in case you want to go in a little bit more in depth into the machine learning part. I mean, yes, there's a small part that it's related into LLM APIs, but it's not all of it. So if you're just learning, you can dive a little bit deeper into how LLMs work, and I'm pretty sure you will get a nice idea about that. And if you want to learn more, I did a pair of streams on last Global Hack Week on AI and ML Week, which was about building your first AI chatbot using RAG. And then there was another one that was building your first recommendation system using vector embeddings. So you can search them on the YouTube channel from MLH in case you are interested into that. Great. So, okay, so let's start with the documentation. Let's go click on here and let's see if this takes us. Overview. No. Well, let's just search BAPI docs. I mean, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it so so we know what we are building. I mean, I can just tell you in here like what to click, but we want to understand like how to do it so you can know it like for yourselves. So for our case, we want a quick start. So we want inbound call quick start, which is basically handling inbound calls with BAPI. And there's a nice video that you can follow And in here, it's basically going to tell you like all of the easiest steps that you need to do. First one is to create an assistant. That one, second one is to get a phone number. Third one is to attach our assistant, and finally call the number. And in here, they place you a nice example of Papi's Pizzeria, where you will be what you're basically going to be building. Here's the first thing that you need to do: sign up or log into Bapi, which we already do, so we are good with that. Then the second thing that we need to do is create an assistant, which is what we are going to do right now. So let's go ahead and let's ignore this and let's just do it live. So over here, let's click on the assistants button, and then let's click on create assistant. And I mean, you can use a template. I would recommend for us to use a template so we can see exactly how it's set up. But in case that you want to build one for yourself because it's going to be super customizable, then feel free to create a new assistant. I think I'm going to use the. I like the gaming PC or customer support. Oh, appointment settler. That sounds nice. Setter. Yes, game and PC. Okay, yes, I'm going to go for that one. I mean, I was trying to be a little bit more professional with the appointment setter, but then the game and PC was like calling me. So let's try the game and PC. Cool. Great. So then let's click on create assistant. You were hovering in. Yes, that's so true. Great. So now you should be seeing the NPC video game assistant, and there's a lot of things in here to understand. But let's just go step by step. Over here you have the name of your assistant, which is Elenia. Then you have the assistant ID, and you have how much it costs to access this per minute, like the phone call that you're going to be doing. And it's not very expensive. I mean, 0.11 cents per minute. It's quite good. It's honestly quite good. Mm, then over here, it's the in this box, you're going to place the first message that you want Elenia to say when she picks up the call. So in this case, she's going to say, "Greetings, traveler. This is Elenia, the verdant guardian. How may I assist you through the journey through the natural world?" And then you can generate a system prompt, which is just basically how Elenia works. And this is a very nice prompt that says you are embodying the character of Elenia, the verdant guardian, a 1,000-year-old female elf druid. Wow, 1,000-year-old. This is going to be very nice. I'm actually hoping the phone call will work so we can get to chat with Elenia. Great. Over here you can select the provider. There's OpenAI, there's Bapi, Anthropic as well, Google, Grok, DeepSeek, Perplexity as well, Mistral. I like Mistral a lot. And you can choose the model that you want. And depending on which model you use is the cost that it's going to be generated. So if I select Bapi, oh, I need to attach a workflow. So OpenAI is basically 0.2 per minute. Then Anthropic is 0.13. So let's keep the OpenAI, and then you can also check the different OpenAI models that you can select from. So in this case, it's GPT 4.5 preview, but you can also use GPT 4o mini, which is the fastest and cheapest. So if I select this will be 0.11, which is cheaper than the 4.5 preview. This is very nice. It has a lot of customization. As you can see, you can basically customize your AI agent. I mean, you can select. All of the models that you were mentioning to me earlier when I asked you about different AI SaaS examples, they are over here. So you mentioned Traffic, you mentioned Grok, you mentioned DeepSeek, Perplexity, and there are a lot of more in here. So choose the one that you want. Then after that, you can create your own knowledge base, and a knowledge base is basically kind of like more context that you want your AI agent to have. So in this case, you can upload like PDF files or like Google Doc files, pretty much anything, and that's just to train your AI a little bit more. Why? No, I wanted to select OpenAI. There it is. I would not upload any file now as I don't have any file about gaming. But if you have a file about a video game or something, you can upload it here. And then the temperature over here, this basically means how much imagination your AI will have. So if you want your AI to hallucinate a lot, then you might as well leave the temperature like super high, but then it would be like super dreamy. So just leave it like on the defaults, and you can play around with this as well. If you want to see how your AI will react. Then over here is the max tokens. So max tokens is basically the amount of it is not words, but it's kind of the amount of content that your AI will be able to generate during each interaction. So we want to limit this amount because what will happen if someone is just like randomly talking a lot to your AI and your AI just like talks a lot, and then it will be very tiring and it will not be very cool to hear your AI talked a lot, and it will also cost you a lot of money because it is charging you like per minute. So that's why. Then over here you can detect emotion, enable this property to detect users emotions such as anger, joy, and so on, and feed it as an additional context to the model. Yes, I mean you can do that as well. I would leave it turned off because we were just testing it around. Great. So this is for the model configuration. Then we have the transcriber configuration here. And as I was mentioning earlier, DeepGram is another voice AI agent provider. And in this case, you can use different transcribers providers for your transcription. And the transcription is just basically having like a script of what your AI said and what the customer said. So we want to have the transcription enabling, and you can add like some more configurations over here. You can change the language if you want to talk to your AI in a different language. I will leave it in English so we can all understand, but if you have another preferred language, feel free to change it as well. Then the cool part. So we have the voice configuration. So you can change the voice configuration to a different voice. For example, in here, they are using as a provider 11 Labs. Wait, did they change like the. Is it now called like 11 Labs? Wasn't it like 11 Labs? This is new. I think they did they changed it like to. Yes, they changed it. Now it's like an 11. Whoa, okay. That's something new. It used to be like 11 like in like the world. They did. Yes, I mean that's a good marketing choice, but yeah, it's different. I mean, why would they do that? But yes, I mean you can change the voice, and there are different voices in here that you can try out. So yes, and you can also add a voice manually in case you want a different voice. And this is something pretty cool that you can add background sound. You can simulate that your AI is kind of like in an office or a default one, or you can just turn it off. In the background sound, it's kind of like, for example, when you call your friend and perhaps your friends is like on the traffic and you hear like all of the cars and all of the traffic noises and like the street noises. This is the background sound, and you can leave it like as for example like in the office background sound or like default. I will leave it in default because I want to hear the background sound of our NPC assistant. And you can configure some extra things in here. Honestly, I'm going to leave it as a default because I don't think it we need more configuration for now. Okay, so these are important things, and finally the analysis part. So for the analysis part, you can write different things in here for you to generate like a summary of the call. You can also add success evaluation, which is basically if your call was successful or not. And you can also provide like structured data, which is kind of like the topics that were generated like during the call. So let's go ahead and fill some of this. So for example, for the first one, to generate a summary, we need to write in a prompt what we want the AI to recover from the phone call. So for example, I'm going to copy this example. You are an expert note taker. Generate a summary of the call in 2 to 3 sentences. And that's it. And then success evaluation. Let's leave it numeric scale. Because we want a numeric scale on how good the call went on a scale from 1 to 10. And then a structure data. We want to extract topics from the call, and this will just basically give us like a JSON output, and we will see in a second how it looks like. Yes, so configuration, we told the AI that we want a summary from the call in 2 to 3 sentences. Then we told the AI that we want a numeric scale from 1 to 10 to evaluate the call. And then we want to structure topics from the call in JSON format. So we're just going to leave this in here. And we're going to click on publish. And that means that assistant updated successfully. And you can try it out in here, talk with assistant. Let's try that now before actually doing the call thing. Yes, 11, it's like 11 and play. Yes, it's a nice marketing strategy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's very clever. Great. So let's try clicking on talk with assistant and let me know if you can hear like the AI agent as well. If not, I will do my best. And worst case scenario, we will just see like the output. So I will click on talk with assistant. Allow. Ooh, it's
Greetings, traveler. This is Elenia, the Verdant Guardian. How may I assist you on your journey through the natural world?
Hello, I want to understand how to play an RPG game.
Ah, dear seeker of knowledge, I hear your curiosity echoing through the trees like a gentle breeze. Role playing games, or RPGs, are like tales woven from the very fabric of imagination, where you become the hero of your own story.
Okay, I think you
In
were
an
very helpful today. Thank you.
Your kind words are like the soothing song of a babbling brook. I am ever grateful to have shared this moment with you. Remember, the wisdom of the forest
Thank
is
you.
always.
Okay, it talks a lot like kind of like a RPG style. I feel like I'm in a like I'm in an RPG game exploring like the forest, kind of like playing Dungeons and Dragons. Next call I will ask her about explanation about Dungeons and Dragons to see. Question: were you able to hear the AI assistant or just like my voice? Just so I know if you were also able to hear it. Let's see. Let's see if it generated me some analysis on here. We can hear the AI assistant. Awesome, great. Yes, it sounded a lot like a video game, and it was a very nice talk. Great. So let's try to see the call logs. We have the first one in here. That is the one that I just did, and we can see all of the metrics in here. We have a question here. How can you get it to take notes of a call? Yes, let me repeat that step again. So on your assistant, you're going to click on here on analysis. And then in here in summary, you're going to type a prompt. Like, for example, you're an expert note taker, generate a summary of the call in 2 to 3 sentences. And that's it. And then you just click on publish. So let's go ahead and see the logs. Call logs. Let's see. So we have the transcript. Greetings, traveler. This is Alenia, the bird and guardian. How may I assist you? Blah, blah, blah. Hello, I want to understand how to play RPG game. And then there's like the small transcription. I mean, it was very short. Then we have the analysis. Success evaluation, we have six. So it was a six, so it was positive. And this is the summary. The call involved the user seeking information about how to play RPG games with the AI, role playing as the Alenia, the bird and guardian. Provided a brief metaphorical explanation, blah blah blah. And then they're like the rest of the summary. And then for topics, we have RPG games, role playing games, gaming assistant, game mechanics. So it's fair enough. It's fair enough. So we have a lot of analysis in here. I mean, we can get a transcript, we can get this. We can also have the messages and the time it took for each message to consume. And we also have the call cost. So call cost for this was 0.12 cents. And cool thing about Bapi is that I think you have like 200 free credits. So 200 it's like a crazy amount. What is an AI SaaS? Ooh, that's a nice question. So we already explained kind of like at the beginning of the stream, but if you just want an easy explanation, so SaaS is software as a service, and AI is artificial intelligence. So SaaS are just basically companies that offer you services that you pay per usage, and AI is well, it's a company that uses AI to sell their products. So in this case, Bapi, it's an AI SaaS. Why? Because it's I am paying to use this service, and it just cost me like 0.12 cents, and it's related to AI. So therefore you can say that Bapi it's an AI SaaS. I hope that worked. If not, let me actually share the slides with you now before I forget. Let's see. They're over here. There it is. Awesome. Great. So, oops. Let's go back. Great. So at this point, we already learned about how to use Bapi. And it's very cool. I mean, you can also see.
Greetings, traveler. This is Elenia, the verdant guardian. How may I assist you on your journey through the natural world?
Hello, I want to understand how to play an RPG game. Very fun. Yes, and you can also like see the recording, and there's a lot of analysis that you can make from each call. Um not into a more fun way, but talking more in a like a professional application. For example, if you want to build like a note taking AI, or if you want to manage appointments or customer service, well, then you can manage your AI assistant. Sounds like Siri. Yes. Oh, let's actually try to change the voice of this to see how's it heard. Let's see, voice. um Franco test. What's that? Will? Hmm. Let's try. Isn't there like Hume AI here? I like the voices from Hume AI. Ooh, Hume. There it is. Let's try with Hume AI. Um, Friendly troll. Let's try that one. Let's try that one. Oh my god, this is very costly. Are you seeing that? This is like $6 per minute. That's what I'm telling you. Hume, it's very expensive, but the quality of the voice is very good. Let's try it out. I hope it's good. Oh wait, I think I didn't publish
Greetings,
it.
traveler.
I think I didn't publish it. Let me publish this. There it is. Friendly troll. There it is. Hello. Hello.
Ah, I am here, listening to the whispers of nature and your voice.
Your voice is very creepy.
I am but a guardian of the ancient woods, my essence intertwined with the mysteries of nature. Dear traveler, I apologize if my voice stirs unease within you. How may
Oh, that was weird. I mean, the voice was not very good, and it's very expensive. And if you are seeing the latency is very high, so that's why it was taking a long time, like to process what I was saying. Yes, it was weird. So let's try to change it on the default, or yes, or something cheaper, because that one was very expensive. Let's start with Callum. Um, yeah, that one's nice. Um, let's publish this and see how the voice sounds.
Greetings, traveler. This is Elenia, the Verdant Guardian. How may I assist you on your journey through the natural world?
Can you explain me how Dungeons and Dragons work?
Ah, dear seeker of knowledge, Dungeons and Dragons, or D&D as the mortals call it, is a wondrous tapestry woven with imagination and camaraderie. It is a game that invites you to step into the shoes of heroes and
Okay, I think that's
adventurers.
enough. Thank you.
You are most welcome, kind traveler.
Wow, that one was actually good. I'm going to leave that one because I like the voice and it was very clear. Wow, this is nice. It will actually be very cool to create like an AI voice assistant that is like the dungeon master. That will be cool. That will be a cool project. Great. So let's go and see the call logs and see how they are. Let me refresh this. The receipts. So let's see the second one. We have the logs. Let's see the analysis. Success evaluation 7, voice quality, not nature preference, apology for creepiness. Yes. Okay, yes, the voice was a bit creepy. I mean, the success evaluation should have been a little bit lower, perhaps because my voice was kind of like positive. Still, I would have given it a lower score. And then for the last call that we had, it's also a 7. Dungeons and Dragons, role playing games, fantasy, and the analysis, the summary. Oh, great idea for a dungeon master. Yes, that's so true. Also, because it would be very techy to have like the dungeon master be like an AI thing. Um, Great. So now let's actually, instead of just like trying it out from the desktop, let's try to make the phone calling work. So can I have some hackers tell me if they were able to talk with their AI assistant on Bapi before we move on to the Twilio part? Can I have a thumbs up or a yes or a no? Or if you need help with anything, you can also let me know. Great. So we have a Jess over here. Let's try to see more hackers. Good to go. Awesome. Can we have another hacker saying that they were able to make it before we move on? One more. We just need one more person that was able to test Bapi. And it's not very complex. It's all about just, checking into the configurations and going into the dashboard. And you can do a lot of things. You can also play around in the dashboard as well. Great. So we are good to go. Awesome. So now let's try to integrate this with our phone number. So to do that, we're going to go into phone numbers over here. And then there's two things that we can do. And I will show you how to do both, but I think I will only be able to make one just because of my country code. So if I click on create phone number, I would recommend that if you are based on the US, you place an area code of the US because it will be free and you would not have to go into the Twilio part that I'm going to show as well. So in here, you just paste like the area code and click on create. Um, let's try with 646. Let's see. And this number, just to keep in mind, it's free. So it won't charge you anything. I mean, all of the things that we are doing right now, they're completely free. So let's try to create this. And now it says, oops, we couldn't find this page. And I think that's very probably because I'm not located in the US. So it's not letting me create a US number. But if you're located in the US, I think it should work for you. Yes, because if I try to create it, it won't let me. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, this is actually cool. It let me create like a new phone number. I got same error, but it just needed to refresh. That's nice because I was actually trying the same tool like a week ago and it didn't even let me create like a free number. So I think we're good to go now. Perhaps the page was down when I tried to use it. Awesome. So then there's no need to go into Twilio right now. Honestly, I like Twilio, and Twilio it's a very nice tool. You can do a lot of things in there, but it's also very limited, and they charge you a crazy amount of money just for making calls. And I mean, they give you free credits at first, but then if you want to use it like on a regular basis, then you won't be able to. You need to pay like $20 or something like that in order to make it work. So I would recommend 100% for you to use these phone numbers that are over here. So for this one, for the inbound settings, you're just going to click on assistant and you're going to select Alenia. And that's all you need to do. Just select Alenia, and then you need to wait for the number to be activated. And you have to wait a little bit. And then I will try calling it live from my phone to see how it works. Let's actually hope that I have mobile data. I think I do have. Let's just give it a moment, 3 seconds, and we can try. Otherwise, I can also show you how to do it in Twilio in case someone is having trouble with this phone number creation. Great. So this one is activated. Let me see if I can call it now to see. So I'm going to call the number now. Oh, there it is. So let me also put my volume up so you can hear it, and I will hold it near the speaker. So we have +1 646. This is going to be costly because it's an international call. So now I have the phone number over here, and I'm going to call it. I'm not hearing anything. Just like on calling, and it's not doing anything. I'll try to hang up. One 646 813 4791. Is it like you can assign an outbound phone number, set up a fallback, and set up a squad to be called if assistance is not available? Oh, wait. Oh, I think it was not saved. There it is. Let me try again. It's not even like making the call. I mean, worst case scenario, I'm going to show you how to do it with Twilio because I've never used this. I never tried this. Yes, that's you didn't select assistant, but now it's selected and it's still not working. So, which is weird. Is there's like a saving button here? You're gonna sound an outbound number, set up a fallback. Let's try like refreshing the page. I mean, now it's there. It should be working. Set a fallback destination for inbound calls when the assistant or squad is not available. But our assistant is available, so do I have to click on publish? Calls log. I mean, there's not even logs on the calls that I made. Maybe because of international call. Yes, that's my guess. Because I think there's a space in the documentation where it said that it only supported like the domestic calls. So that's why I use Twilio to make my calls. So let's go ahead and do that. I mean, we have time, so why not? Let's do that now. Great. So we're going to leave Bappy now, and now we're going to go to Twilio. So let's go to Twilio console. And I'm going to create a new account just to show you the whole process, because this is going to be actually a little bit more there's going to take us more steps to set up a phone number. So let's go ahead and go to Twilio. Let me actually send this to you. So Twilio, and we're going to click on sign up. Oh yes, this is going to take time. So Jocelyn Bernardin. Yeah, let me just place a random password. Ugh. There it is. Continue. What? It was not too weak. Oh. There it is. Continue. I called mine and got the number you have dialed in unallocated. Maybe you just need some time to set up. Hmm. Then probably yes, because in mine I didn't even got that. It was just like dead, like the line was dead. So probably yes, give it some time to set up, but I don't think it will be that. Let's just try with the Twilio thing. I'm 100% this will work because I have tried this before. So let me just write the verification code, and you should be also creating a Twilio account as well, because we need the free credits from Twilio when you sign up. WQ. There it is. Oh, probably would tell me that I already sign up with this phone number. Oh, okay, no, it worked. Mm. Okay. Great. So this will take a while. Let's see. So many questions. Oh, no. I just place everything at random. I'm not in the mood of answering a Twilio questions. Awesome. Great. So once you log in and sign up, you should be directed into a page very similar to this one. So what we're going to do now, and I will give you some more minutes for you to finish your setup. We're going to buy a phone number, and you have some credit here, so you don't need to purchase anything for yourselves. You are going to use a free credit, and then we're going to import that number into Bapi, so we can call it. Great. So please let me know in the chat when you are ready. I will give you about 5 minutes to finish that because I know it might take a while. Just let me know in the chat, and I will come in about 5 minutes, and you can also take it as a break as well. So 5 minutes, and then we will continue. Great. I think we are ready to continue now. I hope everyone has already created their Twilio accounts, because we will be basically buying the free phone number, and then we're going to set it up and we're going to import it into Bapi. So to do that first, we're going to go into phone numbers over here on our left control bar, and we're going to click on manage active numbers. And right now it's going to tell me that I don't have any Twilio phone numbers. So then I'm going to go ahead and click on buy a number over here. So it's loading all of the numbers, and it's going to show me like the prices over here. And let's try to click on capabilities. I wanted to have voice. So let's try to search over there. And let's see. For example, this one, it has calls, SMS, and everything. We just need a voice thing. I mean, we don't need the other ones. You can choose anything, which whatever you want. I'm going to buy this one. I'm going to click on buy. Eh, Well, no, I think that 1.15 is cheaper. Yes, so I'm going to buy this one. I will click on I agree and then buy. Great. Now I have purchased this number and I can go out and then I can click on active numbers again. And now I should be seeing my phone number over here. So I'm going to give you a few minutes for you to choose a phone number because then after that we will be importing this number into Bappy. Great. So let's go ahead and into Bappy dashboard again. And now we're going to go into phone numbers. We're going to click on create phone number, but this time we're going to click on the import Twilio. So for the import Twilio, we need two things: the Twilio account SID, the Twilio out token, and then the Twilio phone number. So let's go ahead and add those strings. Let's go into Twilio and let's first copy this number. Let me copy this here. Then the Twilio account SID, you can find it on your account dashboard. This is the account SID. And then the Twilio out token is this one. Oh, no, I clicked on the, oh, well. And then the Twilio number. And then on label, I'm going to put RPG Gamer. And then import from Twilio. And now it's here, RPG Gamer. And now I can select an assistant from here. So I'm going to select Elenia. There it is. So let's just give it a minute. I think it should be good. It should be good. I will actually try calling it right now while you finish configuring the phone number. And let's see if it works. Because I actually have another assistant, which is called Sarah on another account. And if I try that one, it actually works.
You have a trial account. You can remove this message at any time by upgrading to a full account. Press any key to execute your code.
Hello, this is Ava. How may I assist you today?
Hello, what is your role?
Yes, I'm here. My role is to serve as a training assistant for customer support agents.
Okay,
I
thank
simulate
you.
various custom-
Bye.
You're welcome. If you have any, you're welcome. If you have any more questions in the future.
Yeah, that one is another one that I made for like setting appointments and stuff. And it had like office background noise. But now let's try the one that we just set up, which is Elenia. Let's try calling it. So it's 1, then 920, then 717, 36, 01. Let's call it. Oh my god. This is so sad. My how do you call it? Like my phone company just said that I didn't have like more mobile data because probably everything went like on the international phone call that I made. Um well, but at least you heard it like once. I mean it should work for you now. Just letting you know that if you purchase like an international number, it will charge you like out of your mobile data. So don't do it if I mean if you just want to try it out, just do it like super fast and then just hang up. Great, got mine working. Very cool, awesome, very glad to hear that. And now you know that you can basically customize, anything that you have, and you can see the logs over here on the call logs in here. My Trello number not working. The line is busy. That has happened to me, and that's because probably you are out of Twilio credits. If you have used Twilio before, then that should be the case. But if not, then just try and making sure that the phone number that you purchased has like the voice thing activated. This one. Someone else may be talking. Oh, I mean, very unlikely, but well, yes. I mean, last thing, before we actually go, I'm going to show you how can you import these metrics into a Python code, so you can all see, how it will look like once we actually want to build our AI SaaS startup. So, I mean, for this first part, we basically learn how to set up the AI calling assistant using Twilio and Bappy. But now we want to make that into a dashboard. So to do that, we're going to try and importing all of these logs into a Python script. So to do that, let's open a new VS Code tab, and let me just search for my VS Code. Hold on, because I have a mess. File, new window. Let me try this. Awesome. There it is. So new VS Code window. You can do any, you can use any, will it work for multiple calls simultaneously though? I think for the free account, it won't work, but once you upgrade Twilio, it should work. Yes, because Twilio just wants your money, so they will try to make as much money as they want. So of course, for the free trial, it won't be possible. Like only one person can call the AI assistant at the same time. Yes, but I think Bappy also has other customization things that you can add once the phone line is like occupied by someone else. So yes, like you can have multiple AI agents working like at the same time that are basically just like the same AI agent. It's very cool. Bappy is very cool, honestly. Great. So first thing, we will create a new project, and let me actually do this from GitHub. So let's go back over here. Let me create a code repository for you all, so you can actually access it. Wait. Oh no, I want. There it is. So I'm going to create a new code repository. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing it so everyone can see the code that I will be building. And I promise you it will be very fast. We won't take a long time. So repositories, new repository. Um we're going to call it AI SaaS agent, and create a voice agent using Bappy plus Twilio, and displaying there it is. It will be public. I want to add a README file, git ignore using Python, license MIT. Again, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it so I can share the code repository with you so you can all see the code that I'm doing. So I'm going to clone this super fast on my VS Code. And as for your case, you only need to create a new folder on VS Code. So open folder and then create a new project. In my case, I'm going to clone the repository, and I'm going to clone it on desktop. Select repository destination, open. Yes. Okay, great. So now that you have your new folder set up, we're going to create a new Python file that's going to be called app.py. And then we're going to basically create we're going to create our own API call so we can access the information that's on BAPI. Because if we go back into here, into BAPI documentation, let's search BAPI docs. And you will see that for the API reference, when you list the calls, you get all of this information. So we're going to try to make all of this information accessible from our Python script. So then we can add it to a nice web interface. Great. So let's go back and use this endpoints, and I'm actually going to show you how. So over here, first we're going to import FastAPI. FastAPI is basically a library used to create APIs. It's actually from FastAPI. Import FastAPI, and that's it. And let me turn off how's it called? Copilot, because then it's going to do all the code for us, and we actually want to learn. So there it is. So FastAPI is basically a library for building APIs, and you will see how its interface looks in a second. And then we're going to use requests because we want to make API requests, and this library is just basically a library to make HTTP requests into an API endpoint. So before actually beginning with this, we need to create a .env file so we can store all of our credentials. So we have the BAPI credentials and we have the Twilio credentials. So I'm going to create a new file that's going to be called .env. And in here, I'm just basically going to paste my BAPI out token. So BAPI out token. And then in here, my token, and I'm going to show you how to get this token in a second. But first, let's just write our code. So import request, and then we're going to load the .env, and for that we need to import .env, and we also need to import auth. So to load the environment variables, it's .env .load .env. This is just to load our environment variables. So I'm going to place in here, load environment variables. There it is. And after that, we're going to create our FastAPI app. So FastAPI, and just like this. It's very simple, very simple. So create. Great. And then after that, let me actually make my screen bigger. There it is. So after that, we're going to use different IDs. So we have the authorization token from BAPI. We have the call ID that we're going to pass in, and we also have the headers that we want to send. So for that, we need to create two variables. The first one is the out token, which will be basically just the auth the environment variable from our BAPI app token that it's over here. So to access that, we need to do auth get env. And then inside the parentheses, you're going to place the exact same name of the variable that you place it over here. So in my case, it's BAPI out token. So let's go ahead and paste it over here, BAPI out token, and then we are good to go. And then we're going to create another variable that is going to be call ID, which is just basically the ID of the call that we want to analyze. I'm going to leave this empty, and we're going to fill it in a second when we go into the BAPI dashboard. So after doing that, I'm going to build our headers because every API request that requires authorization has headers. So we're going to type authorization because we want to authenticate authorization. And then our form of authorization will be a bearer token. So to do that, we need that is a formatted string, and it is bearer, and then a space, and then our out token, which is nothing more than our BAPI out token. And we should be good. And then after that, we're going to create our first method that will be basically to get all of the call data. So to do that, we actually have to use BAPI's API. So we're going to create a method that will be called def get call data. And then over here, we're going to use the requests API. So it's going to be our response will be equal to requests dot get. Why? Because we want to make it a get request, so it will bring me information. And then over here, I'm just going to paste the endpoint. So to find the endpoint that we need to make our request from, we're going to go to BAPI, and then it's basically this one. HTTPS api.bapi.ai, then call, and then we're going to pass in the call ID that I'm going to show you where to get it in a second. So we're going to paste the endpoint here, and then we're going to add the call ID, which is this one that we have not yet filled. And then after that, you also want to pass the headers. So before closing the parentheses, you want to pass on the headers. And headers will be equal to headers. Awesome. So now we have the response, and now we want to check if the response is successful, so we can print it. And if it is not successful, then we're going to print an error message. So response dot status code, and the status code to know if my API response was successful is 200. So if the response code is 200, then we're going to return our response in JSON format. So JSON format. And in case it's not successful, then we're going to print status. We're going to print the status code response dot get status code, and then we should be printing the error over there. Great. So let's go ahead and get our .env BAPI token and also the call ID. So to find the key over here, I'm going to go back, and we're going to go into, wait, this is not the tab. Okay, I will have to show you the mess that I have. Where is it? Is it this one? No. Here it is. So we are going back into our BAPI dashboard, and then we're going to go into BAPI API keys. And then we're going to copy this API key. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen just for a second, just so I can paste my .env file. But before I paste it, you're going to copy paste this key, and you're going to paste it over here. I'm not going to do this on the live stream because I cannot generate a new key. But go ahead and copy paste the key from BAPI, which is this one over here on BAPI API keys on your .env file. So I'm doing that right now. I already copy pasted it, and now I already copy pasted it, and it should work. And you should be doing the exact same thing. So now that I already pasted the BAPI out token on my .env file, now I'm going to retrieve my call ID. So to do that, I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go to my assistants. And now I'm going to go into the logs, call logs, and I'm going to click perhaps on this one because it's the longest one. And then I'm going to copy paste this ID because it's called log details. So I'm going to copy paste that and pasted that over here. And now we should be good to go. So before actually trying this out, I want to make this be on a nice endpoint thing from Fast API. So to do that, I have to use the app that I created earlier from Fast API. I'm going to tell it that it's going to be a .get request. And then I'm going to call my endpoint basic info. Basic info. Why? Because I will be bringing basic information from there. And then the method is going to call def basic info. And then over here, I want to store all of the get call data in a variable that's going to be called call data, which will be equal to get call data. And then now I can return all of the information over here. So before I actually return this, we want to return the call ID, the type, the summary, and all of the info over there. So before running this, I'm actually going to I'm thinking. So I'm going to leave this pending. I'm going to leave this pending, and I'm going to run the code just so you can see the answer of this. So in here, I'm going to add a print instead of a return, so you can see the response. And I'm going to delete this just temporarily. So now if I go ahead and run this code, I will get all of the phone log messages printed out. And believe me, they will be a lot. So it will be a super long JSON. Perhaps it will take a while to load. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I didn't. I need to call my, how do you call it? I'm going to activate Copilot for this because I always forget how the main loop works. Give me a moment. Enable conditions. So I think it's something like if main something. Oh, there it is. Get call data. Yes. And now if I run it, it should be executing. There it is. So now we're seeing the JSON with all of the information from my call over here. And now it has all of the important data that we want to filter out. So we got the call ID, the assistant ID, we have the transcript, then we have the summary, and we have the score, the cost. We have everything in here. So now I want to parse this and make it look nice. So that's why I was creating more endpoints to do it. But before I do that, and as we are running out of time, I'm going to publish this on the GitHub so you can see it as well. So let me go ahead and make a commit. Generated first API. And let me share you the repository link so you can see it as well. So I'm going to close this for now. Oh, no. GitHub, and now the code is in here, and let me share this link with you. Awesome. Great. So in there, you will be able to access the code that I was making throughout the live stream. Remember that you need to paste another call ID and that you need to add an .env file on BAPI out token. And for the stream and tomorrow, we will actually be making a nice interface to display all of the call logs, and we will be creating perhaps a second AI agent that will be different to the calling assistant. Yeah, because seeing this data, it doesn't look very intuitive. So we're going to make it into a nice dashboard where we can basically interact with. Awesome. So if you don't have any more questions or comments, then I think we are ready to wrap up. I will be editing that GitHub GitHub repo link so you can actually have a nice README with the presentation and the recordings. But yes, very glad that a lot of people was able to test the AI agent. And well, now you can chat with someone through the phone. I mean, it will be expensive, at least for Twilio, but not for the other ones. So yes, I will see you all tomorrow and hope you have a nice evening or a nice morning or a nice night, perhaps. And I will see you until the next one. Bye.